Hello and good morning from Skopje, North Macedonia. We arrived here very late yesterday, so we just went straight to bed. But today we're ready to explore this city. We ordered this trip only like 2-3 weeks ago, and it's one of my most spontaneous trips, so I haven't done that much research, and that we can already notice because when we landed yesterday, we discovered that North Macedonia isn't part of the deal that like EU and stuff has with, I don't know, Norwegians can use their phones usually everywhere in Europe like normal, but here we needed to buy an eSIM card from Airalo, but we are experienced with that due to our travels in Asia and stuff, so that was no problem, and I can tell you how to use Airalo or make a tutorial for you. Today is Sunday, and our taxi driver last night told us that Sundays is kind of like Norway, so a lot of things are closed, but he said about 50% are open, and the Old Bazaar is among them that is open on Sundays, so we will definitely go there today and probably just explore and get to know the city. It's a lot of things to see like outside, so we can just walk around. I think, let's see, I will bring you along. We will be here 3 days or 4 nights in 4 nights, 3 days, yeah, because we didn't have yesterday, in Skopje, and then we will go to Ohrid for also 3 days. Turns out we are a bit early today. The bazaar wasn't open yet. It's about 10 o'clock, so we just continued up and went to the fortress, Skopje fortress, and it reminds me a lot of actually a fortress we have back in my hometown, but this is a lot better restored, so fun to walk around. We only have a tower left, and we just had a bit of a laugh. Luckily it went well, but I just face planted down some stairs. It's a bit slippery on the stairs, and I just was falling backwards, and then I thought I saved myself by getting in balance, but I'm also very pregnant, so I'm of course heavier in the front, and I just tipped, but didn't hurt anything other than my knees and my hands, and I just laughed so hard that I almost peed myself. It's really warm, so we need to find a place to get something to drink and also go to the toilet. It doesn't cost anything to enter, and the security guard was very nice when we entered, but there is no going around. You have to go till this viewpoint, and then you have to go the same way back. Done 10,000 steps already. We did that until 2, and then we had a little siesta, and now we're going out again. Prego needed a break, but we're ready to get some food. We ate lunch at this local place we found in the Old Bazaar where not 50% was open. It was maybe like 30% of the bazaar was open, but the food places were open, and we ate some mixed grill plate. We ordered one to share, and that was really good. Now we're going out for dinner, and we found a place called Soul Kitchen, which wasn't that far to walk, so we're gonna try that. It's definitely a lot warmer now in the afternoon than it was this morning, but it's okay. It's nice. It's a new day. Yesterday we ate at the Soul Kitchen. Wouldn't recommend that. I think we did the touristy mistake of just googling and taking the first and the best place we saw. They had a lot on the menu, and that usually indicates that there's no specialty, like it's not any dishes that is in particularly good, and that was right. Then we went up to the Old Bazaar again. Some more shops were open in the evening, but since it was Sunday, it was mostly closed, but it's really walkable and nice to just go around and see today. And now we're at Lake Matka. We just took a taxi here, and he will wait for us for 2 hours, and then we go back to watch the football match this evening. Macedonia is playing Kazakhstan, so we're hopeful for some good vibes in the city. Today is Monday, but it's also a Christian holiday of some kind. In Norway we call it pinsa, but so we were afraid that a lot of things were supposed to be closed today as well, but a lot of things are open, and it's a lot more people in the streets. And the taxi driver said that it was a good day to come to Lake Matka today and not yesterday. So Sundays may be a bad day to come to Lake Matka. I don't know if we were just lucky. It seems like there's a lot of people here, but the taxi driver said that this was nothing. He drove us to one point, and then we have to walk the rest. We've been walking for 10 minutes now, maybe. Only uphill. So, me being pregnant, 6 months pregnant, it's heavy, but it's okay. Sorry for the breathing. So after visiting the lake today, we went to Gyro house to eat what was supposed to be the town's or the city's best gyros, which is our favorite food, and it was okay. And we were really full after that, so we haven't eaten, but we went to the Old Bazaar to just have something to drink and prepare for, or like wait for the game, the football game, to start at 4. But when we went through the city at right around 4, before 4, there was no like football vibes. So I guess maybe Macedonians isn't really into football or supporting their national team, I don't know. So we just went back to the room to have one of our daily siestas, which was really nice. We had the football match on the TV in the hotel and watched it and slept some and just ate some candy and, you know, chilled. Now we're out and about again. I've changed my shoes because, yeah, my feet are big and hurting. Good morning, it's day 3 in Skopje, and today we are leaving the country. Actually, we are going on a half-a-day trip to Prizren, which is in Kosovo. I think it's pretty common to go on these day trips to Kosovo from Skopje because it says that on TripAdvisor, like what to do in Skopje, and then it comes up like going to Kosovo, which is a little sad because there's so much beauty here, but I think we have explored a lot the past 2 days, so now we're ready to check off a new country on our bucket list. We have booked the same taxi driver that took us to Lake Matka yesterday, and he will bring us there. It takes 1.5 hours, and then he will wait for like 4 hours and then bring us back, and we will pay 200 euros for that, about 12,000 Macedonian dinar. Our taxi driver recommended we go to Prizren instead of Pristina, just because he said it's more of an old town and more to see. Pristina is, in his words, only concrete and asphalt. But we also think he really wanted the kebab here, because he went straight for the kebab shop and he was like, this is the best in town, you have to eat here when you're hungry. We don't really have any plans on what to see here. We just are walking around to see something else for a change. And it looks really cozy and beautiful here as well, very clean. But a small town, even though it's Kosovo's second largest town. It also was a beautiful drive here. He said also to Pristina it's like only a highway, but here we were like really up high in the mountains and saw the highest mountain, which was called Kurab, and it was snow on it, so we were really high. And we also drove through a national park where we could see bears if we were lucky, but we didn't see any on the way here, maybe on the way back. It's very beautiful here and such a nice little town, and very nice to just sit by the river here. We haven't done like the most touristy stuff because I don't think I can get up the mountain, but here the things you can do here is going up to the fortress there, going to the mosque, and then there's a church up in the hill here, and then it's to see the stone bridge. But we have just enjoyed 3 hours here just walking around, not that much uphill due to my pregnancy. I don't think I can do it unfortunately, but it's probably worth it if you can manage it. But we have just walked around, gone to these little stores and sat here and ate the best kebab we've had on the trip, which was where our taxi driver recommended we go. Tasula? Something like that. Right here between the stone bridge and the blue bridge. Now we're gonna enjoy 1.5 hours in an AC car because it's really, really warm. We're headed for the Old Bazaar once again, because we have this favorite spot, which is like a square with a giant tree in the middle, and it's like 4 restaurants around it, and I think we've either eaten or had drinks at every one of them. We probably end up there today as well, just because I think that's the spot we're gonna miss, because it's just really nice and the waiters are nice. And okay, so let's do a little debrief or recap of Skopje. We've been here for 3 days, and we think 2 days was more than enough to explore this city. And then we spent the 3rd day today going to Kosovo. So if you have 3 days, maybe go to Kosovo for 1 day, even though it's pretty expensive. Things you should do, you should just walk around and explore. You definitely should go up to the Skopje fortress. It's free and it's a really nice view, and yeah, you can go pretty far and have views all over the city. Do mind the slippery steps though, because you might faceplant like me and hurt yourself. So maybe wear proper shoes and not flip-flops. As your first meal, we recommend to go to the Old Bazaar and order a mixed grill plate, because then you can try a little bit of everything. And the kebab as well. Of course, we have eaten a lot of kebab, so much so that we are quite tired of it now, but definitely eat that in the Old Bazaar. That was our favorite place to hang out as well, especially in the square with the big tree. But there it seems to be only variations of kebab and a few other barbecue dishes, but they seem to all serve the same. So yeah, if you want something else, then you should do the other side of the city. Bread though is really good. The bun, you need to order that. When it's fresh out of the oven, it's really, really good. There is a lot of stray cats and dogs, but they're usually minding their own business, and they're not like infiltrating your personal space like in the Philippines. The dogs could like go to sleep on your legs, but here they keep their distance, and they're just cute to look at, and they don't really beg for food. They're just minding their own business. Jürgen even tried to feed a cat, but was dismissed. Like the cat looked at him and was like, "What the fuck? Are you feeding me? I don't eat this shit." And just walked away. When we first arrived here, we were warned about fake taxis, as they call it here, but what they are is actually, they look like taxis, and they are taxis, but without a license. So even if you're agreeing on a price beforehand, the price might change when you get to the site. So make sure to get in a real taxi. The characteristics of a fake taxi is that it's an old car. So if there's a new car, you're probably safe. But we took a taxi from the airport, and then we had our hotel order a taxi for us, and we have just used that same guy ever since, because he was really nice, and that's important to us, and he will actually drive us to Ohrid tomorrow as well. In a small amount of research I did before this trip, I read that they take card everywhere, credit card, Amex, everything, but our experience is that cash is preferred. I don't even know if the taxis take card. It doesn't seem that way. So, and that's the most expensive thing you do, take a taxi, because the small places you eat, it's really cheap. So yeah, I think be prepared to take out cash and take out a lot, because yeah, it flies by. Next up, we think that it has been really nice to live by the Alexander the Great enormous statue, because then you have walking distance to everything, like the modern side of town with the shopping street and the shopping malls, and also the Old Bazaar. and the river. According to our sources, it's possible to take a bus to Lake Matka, as it said online, but they said it's really complicated. You have to switch buses, and they recommend taking a taxi. So we did that, and we thought the price was okay. It cost 20 euros each way, and then he waited for us actually there for 2 hours. So about 40 euros back and forth with waiting. We thought that 2 hours was more than enough, even though it was an excellent day to be there, the taxi driver said. It was quite full. It was a lot of people, and where they served food, the restaurant there, it was full. But the boat trip was really nice regarding the heat, to get some wind. But we don't know if going to the cave was really worth it. You get to go some meters inside, and you have a stop there for like 20 minutes, but I think everyone in our boat thought like 5 minutes was more than enough, and you don't really get to see that much. I think you can see that on the footage I filmed, but that is something you have to figure out for yourself. If you think caves are super cool, it's probably worth it. But for us, we thought we paid extra to go into the cave. We didn't think that was worth it, but okay. But you can also go like hike around the lake, and I think that is probably a really beautiful hike. But we didn't do that because I'm pregnant and I have a hard time walking. Another good thing to know is that it takes actually 10 to 15 minutes, maybe 15 minutes to go like from the parking spot to the lake in the sun. So it's pretty. I think bring a water bottle with you, and if you're over 6 months pregnant, that will take about 25. So I mentioned a bit earlier that we had to buy an eSIM to be here. We thought that it was part of the EU and part of the agreement that we could use our phones like normal, but we can't. But for an eSIM, we use the app Airalo, and we have really great experiences using that app on our travels to Asia. And I thought the price was actually really good. I think I bought unlimited data for 30 days for $30. If you use my code that I will put on the screen, you will get $3 to get a head start, and I also will get $3 to use next time. Last but not least, we have done some soda testing, and this one is the winner. This is a really good orange soda, Mirinda. It's really good. And with that, we are closing the chapter on our Skopje adventure, but we are continuing traveling Macedonia, and we are heading to Ohrid tomorrow, and that will be the next video. So make sure to watch that as well. Bye for now!